drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
Kanye gets dropped by Adidas.
Okay.
How are we feeling about this?
I mean...
What's the reaction?
What's the reaction to Kanye getting dropped by Adidas?
Let's name off the facts.
The facts are that Kanye West was saying a lot of anti-Semitic remarks. He said that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on all the Jewish folks.
DEFCON 3, what I wanted to say, what I meant to say was, no one's afraid of the Jewish media mob. You can't call me anti-Semitic for saying I'm going DEFCON 3.
I think what you said though is important though.
That sounds pretty anti-Semitic, except for the fact that I am Jew.
And then he claimed that all these people were trying to take his ideas and profiting off of it, which may have been happening. But again, you know, that's what he said. Instead of, you know, directing it at those direct people, he said, I'm going DEFCON 3 on all Jewish people. Then he proceeded to say that he was really an Israelite and he was really Jewish.
But how are you feeling? Like, do you think that he should have been canceled? Do you think that this should have happened?
No, absolutely, yeah. No, absolutely he should have gotten dropped, right? Because, one, he was basically asking to get dropped. The man went into a meeting with the execs and was showing them a porn video. Like, that's on camera. He did that. It's like literally going to anybody in the world, going to their place of employment and saying, hey, I'm going to say all these bad things about you to all the press, and everybody knows that I work here. And I'm like, I'm just going to go clock in on Monday like it's nothing. Like, no, that's not how life works. Unfortunately, there's people that have, maybe they might not actually no, now they do, but maybe they might not have the cachet of a Kanye West, and maybe they might not even have the actual monetary value of Kanye West, but they have more power than he does in that field. And so once you sign yourself to a company, no matter what kind of deal you sign, you have to understand that a lot of the things that you say are going to reflect back on that company, and they have to cover themselves at some point.
So Kanye gets dropped. Do you think this is a bigger scheme of his? Do you think that he wanted to do this so that he could start maybe potentially profiting on his own? Because the way he came at it on that episode when he was interviewed was that he kind of had this master plan. Mm-hmm. Or do you feel like this is another episode of Kanye being in a manic state because he's bipolar?
So I'm not going to give Kanye a bipolar excuse for his behavior and his actions, because he should be on medicine, and if he's not taking it, then he's not being a responsible adult.
He came out though saying that he wasn't taking his medication for about 2 years.
Well, that's not being a responsible adult.
But do you think this is a master plan?
I think he thinks it's a master plan.
I think everybody's giving Kanye way too much credit. I think we're taking the fact away that this is somebody that is artistic when it comes to his music, is artistic when it comes to his clothing, but when it comes down to it, he's not clinically all there. So to say that he's a genius is very far-fetched.
I would disagree with that.
So you're saying it's okay for him to go on live things and just pretty much say whatever the hell he wants because people are going to forgive him in a couple of years because of the things that he produces?
Well, I don't think anybody wants...
Well, no. He said that slavery was a choice, bro.
He did say that slavery was a choice.
He said so many fucking things.
Right.
So many things.
Again, okay.
And then repeatedly people are just forgiving.
Who am I to tell you that you can't say that? Now, do I agree with you? I'm more of a person that says, like, hey, you have free speech to say whatever you want to say. But also, don't get mad when they take away what they gave you because you want to say whatever you want to say. I'm cool with you saying whatever. But also, when it's time to get those consequences, don't sit there and cry about it. Be a man, take those consequences, and at least tell everybody it was a master plan, even if it wasn't.
I heard that Skechers wouldn't even take his Yeezys either.
Yeah, he tried to go in for a meeting without having planned a meeting, and they escorted him out.
Oh, he just showed up?
Yeah, he just showed up.
The guy's funny as hell to me, man.
No,
I think he is a sad, lonely man. Literally.
Absolutely.
He is, and I get it when it comes down to the fact that he's sad and he's lonely and he feels like he can't trust anybody, so he's going to sit here and he's going to blame people, but without naming names, now he's taking steps in the wrong direction to now have people hate a group of people.
One thing I do have to really for sure take responsibility on is that, like, the last time we had this conversation, I don't want to say that I didn't take the anti-Semitism seriously, but I will say that I didn't address it how I should have addressed it. And you can't tell another race of people what shouldn't offend them.
Jared Kushner is an example of how the Jewish people have their hand on every single business that controls the world.
Number one, right? So if it offends somebody to feel like, hey, everybody in this culture is rich, or whatever BS that Kanye was saying, whatever BS he was saying, it's BS to sit there and be like, well, yeah, I've heard black people say that for years. Well, yeah, but that's still wrong. That's still being racist towards somebody, and maybe just being inconsiderate to somebody. And at the end of the day, right, if you don't want anybody to talk about you, why the fuck are you out here talking about other people?
Let me explain to you. I'm not doubting what you're saying.
You don't care.
I do care.
You don't care about me. You don't care about my people. I care about me. I care about my people. So it's for me to stand up. And God forbid I step on someone's toes while I'm at it.
It's not someone's toes. You stepped on the entire Jewish people's toes with a very deeply inflammatory tweet, which I think you've now accepted. You shouldn't have phrased that way. It's taken a bit of time to get there, but I think you have accepted that, right?
Have you accepted that you've put no effort into understanding how I got there?
I don't think, honestly,
10 years from now,
honestly, I don't think there is any...
You're going to apologize to me about this interview.
I'm not.
You're going to apologize to me about this interview within the next 10 years.
No, I'm not, because
Kanye is the first one to say, oh, black people this and white people that, and George Bush don't care about black people and all this other shit. But it's like, there's another race of people that went through a lifetime of, like, a lot of bullshit, you know? And, like, we're sitting here and, like, motherfuckers is sitting here condoning that man saying bullshit because we've heard black people say that. And that's just not right. And the worst part about it is, like, turning two groups of people against each other for what? For a millionaire, billionaire guy who may be off his rocker? That's crazy to me. And then, like, with this Kyrie Irving shit too.
Talk about that. How is he involved? So
Kyrie Irving wasn't necessarily involved with the Kanye shit, but shared a movie that is has a lot of anti-Semitic tropes, anti-Semitic lies that is just have a tiny grain of truth and then a bunch of fictionalization around it.
This is a documentary setting?
This is supposedly a documentary. And so he shared this documentary on his Twitter. And so I don't know if he had watched the movie or not or whatever, but when he was asked about it, he was like, well, you know, like, I didn't mean to offend anybody, and like it's like that's not what I meant to do, and like, you know, I take responsibility for that, but like, you know, I know there are some things in there that aren't true, but like there's some things that, you know, I may believe in, and it's like, well, and so people were asking him like to just answer the question like, are you gonna official a formal apology, you know? Oh, well, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm taking responsibility. No, say you're sorry, dude.
I'm not saying that anybody can't believe in what they want to believe in.
Right.
Anybody can believe in what they want to believe in. That is your right. You can do whatever you want to do with yourself. But once you start bringing it into a platform where now people are getting worried, I mean, dude, Jewish people don't want the Holocaust to happen again.
Right.
And I'm not saying that Kanye's going to start this, but with how influential people are nowadays, with how people can just do whatever, I mean, Dude, I remember what happened in January.
You remember what happened at the beginning of COVID-19 when people were sitting here doing rude stuff in the street to Asian people, like pushing them around? Like, bro, I saw so many nasty people do so much BS. Bro, there would be Asian people on the bus. You would have people running away from them and all this bullshit. Like, that's the type of stuff. When you say things like that, when people in power, if they're saying things that are dividing the people and getting other people to hate on just another human being, for what? Like, yo, we all on this earth together, you know? This motherfucker not gonna last forever. And I'm sure the stress we putting on it by just being assholes ain't gonna make it last any longer.
Right.
It's just ridiculous, man.
My final statement is, Kanye, get some help, bro. Get some help.
Absolutely.
Honestly, don't start a war you can't finish.
Absolutely.
Get some help.
Get some help. And Kyrie too, man. Like, just be smarter. Even if whatever you believe in, like, be respectful of other people.
And anybody out there that wants to
is.
post stuff on a public platform just to feel the need to tear other people down, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, real shit.
Seriously.
Like, you lame as hell.
You want to go on a public platform and you want to say nasty things to other people. You want to sit there and degrade other people. You want to sit there and make bold statements, these black and white statements that have no true facts behind it. Go fuck yourself.
This new, like, world that we're trying to build, there ain't no room for that shit in there, you know? Like, I know that in a few years it could be really, like, permanently a better place, you know? But it's just like, we gotta really move past BS like this, you know? And really get to the real issues that's going on.
Gotta figure it out. This has been a dose of reality.
Deuces.